He thought he had found love again, but little did he know. One tiny detail would turn his whole world upside down. The father fidgeted with his son's bow tie, his hands trembling. Not from the tie, but from nerves. The boy crossed his arms, frustrated. "I can do it myself," he mumbled, eyes glued to the floor. The father tried to calm him.
"Today's supposed to be a happy day."
"You should be excited for me," he said, his voice shaking slightly. The boy frowned. "You didn't even tell me about her until last week." "I don't even know her." The father sighed, rubbing the bridge of his nose. "I met her at a charity dinner."
"She came into my life when I needed someone."
But the boy wasn't convinced. He remembered how she never came to their home, never went with him to their mother's grave, and always left him alone. "Why is she never around?" he asked, his small fists clenching. Then something caught his eye at the wedding that made his heart skip a beat. Before we dive in, comment below, what time is it and where are you watching from? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Black and Wronged. The boy's frustration grew as he watched the bride from a distance. He whispered to his father, "She never even looks at me. She never asks about Mom. And why do I always go alone to her grave?" The father tried to explain, "I didn't want to upset you or ruin today. I thought I was protecting you." The boy's small voice cracked with emotion. "Protect me? You barely gave her a chance. Every time you tried to bring her closer, it felt wrong. I've never seen her at our house. She's never with us." The father's jaw tightened. He struggled to keep calm while watching the wedding preparations. He could see the boy's disappointment and felt guilty, but he couldn't interrupt the day for now. Then something caught the boy's eye that made him freeze in disbelief. The wedding began, and the bride slowly walked down the aisle. Her veil floated gracefully, and her smile looked perfect, practiced for the big day. Everyone whispered about how radiant she appeared. The boy stood beside his father at the altar, shifting uncomfortably. His stomach churned and he kept his eyes down. Then he glanced up for a moment and noticed it. A thin scar cut across the bride's neck. His heart skipped a beat. Memories flashed in his mind. School afternoons, the same scar, the same woman holding the hand of a little boy. A man laughed beside her, touching her shoulder like a husband. He realized he had seen her many times before, though he hadn't recognized her under makeup, hair, and the wedding dress. The boy tugged violently at his father's sleeve. "Dad, it's her!" he whispered frantically. Could it really be the same woman from the past, hiding a secret life right in front of everyone? The boy's heart pounded as he tugged at his father's sleeve again. "Dad, I've seen her before at my school. She has a husband and a child." The father froze, eyes fixed on the bride, trying to stay calm. "Not now," he hissed, worry and disbelief battling in his mind. But the boy insisted, whispering urgently, "I'm not lying! I remember her scar. I saw her with a man and a little boy." The father's face darkened, anger and shock mixing. "Stop making things up, not here." "Not today," he said, but his voice cracked. He wanted to protect the wedding, but something inside him stirred unease. The boy's small hands clenched, determination shining in his eyes. "Dad, she's married." "She has a family." "I saw her." The father struggled to decide. Should he interrupt the ceremony? Should he trust his son's memories? The tension grew as everyone around prepared to witness a perfect wedding, unaware of the shocking truth. Will the father listen to his son, or will the secret remain hidden, at least for now? The priest spoke, his voice echoing through the quiet church. "If anyone here knows of any reason why these two should not be joined in holy matrimony, speak now or forever hold your peace." The boy's chest heaved. He looked at his father, then straight at the bride. Trembling, he raised a finger and shouted, "Stop! She is lying! She already has a husband and a child. I saw her." Gasps rippled through the pews. The bride froze, her bouquet shaking in her hands. The father's eyes widened, stunned as the church fell silent. Whispers spread like wildfire. The boy stood firm, explaining. He recognized the scar and remembered seeing her with a man and a little boy. The guests stared, shocked and confused. The priest's voice softened, concerned but calm, as all eyes turned to the bride. The perfect wedding image shattered in seconds. How will the bride respond to this shocking revelation in front of everyone? The bride's face turned pale. Her eyes widened as she realized the boy was telling the truth. She shouted at him, calling him a liar. "How dare you accuse me?" "You're just a child," she yelled, her voice trembling with anger. The boy stood his ground, tears running down his cheeks. "I'm not lying. I remember your scar." I saw you with a man and a little boy. You already have a family! Whispers and gasps filled the church. Guests were stunned, unsure whether to believe a child or the bride. The father's heart pounded as he realized the terrible truth. His eyes met his son's, and he saw honesty and courage there. The boy's voice shook but remained strong, repeating every detail he remembered. The bride's carefully built image of perfection began to crumble in front of everyone. Will the father take action now? Or will this shocking secret continue to threaten the wedding? The bride's face flushed with anger. She snapped at the boy, her voice sharp. You little brat! How dare you ruin my day? You're making up stories. But the boy didn't back down. I saw you at school with a man, your husband, and with your son. You held his hand. You kissed him. You lied to my dad. Gasps and murmurs spread through the pews. Guests leaned forward, eyes wide, trying to catch every detail. The father took a step back, chest rising and falling fast, watching in disbelief. The bride's voice grew bitter. Fine, yes, I have a husband. Yes, I have a child. But he is worthless. I deserve more than what I have. She tried to justify her lies, explaining she was after wealth, name, and comfort. The church was tense and silent, everyone waiting to see what would happen next. Could her shocking confession finally expose the full truth? Or would she try one last trick? The father's hands shook as he pulled out his phone. Enough. You won't ruin another man's life, he said firmly. His voice echoed through the silent church. He dialed the police. Yes, officer. There's a woman here attempting marriage fraud. She is already married and has a child. Send someone immediately. The bride's eyes widened in panic. She dropped her bouquet, roses scattering across the floor. She screamed, You'll regret this! But no one moved to help her. Minutes later, the officers arrived. The crowd parted silently as they restrained her. She thrashed, her veil tearing, cursing and shouting, but the police held her firmly. The father knelt and hugged his son tightly. You saved me, he whispered, his voice trembling. If you hadn't spoken, I would have lost everything. I didn't trust you before. I should have. I'm so sorry. Is the danger finally over, or could there be one last shocking twist ahead? The father hugged his son tightly, forehead pressed against his. Never again, he whispered. You and the truth, that's all I need. The boy's small body trembled, but he felt safe and proud. The priest closed his Bible slowly, a solemn reminder to everyone in the church. Lies cannot stand where the truth is spoken. Guests rose quietly, eyes on the father and son, no longer on the broken wedding. The roses lay scattered on the floor, petals torn, but the bond between father and son remained unbroken. The boy clung to his father, who held him close, whispering over and over, It's over. She's gone. We're safe. The lesson was clear. Courage, honesty, and truth can protect even the most vulnerable. What would you do if a child revealed such a shocking truth at a wedding? Comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe to Black and Wronged, and hit the bell so you never miss another real-life shocking story.